Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Timothy and I am an educational channel to help you on your photography journey. So if you like to see more content like this, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like and share, and let's get to it. So today we're going to be actually going over the Nikon D5200, as you can see there. So the big thing is this camera worth it in 2020? So stick around, we're going to jump right into it. All right, so as you can see, the Nikon D5200 is a very nice camera. Very nice camera to hold and all the functions that it has. And this is a very good camera for entry-level photography or videography. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my first impression. I'm not going to dive into specs or anything complicated. If you want to see the specs and all the extra stuff, go ahead and click the link in the description below, so you can go ahead and visit that site, which gives you more in-depth on the specs. Now, this particular video is going to go over my first impressions, what I think, into seeing if this camera is worth getting in 2020. All right, let's jump into it. So the first thing, as you all can see, is the Nikon logo here, right in your face on the back. So the beautiful thing about this is that this here is actually a flip screen. Oh, look at that. And this is really good for those who are trying to get into YouTube. Maybe you want to do like the selfie kind of thing going here. So as you can see, the selfie mode, if you will, it gives you that good feedback on the monitor screen there. And also, you know, it's on yourself, so you don't need another person to film you. So if you're into the YouTube realm or the vlogging realm, the D5200 is going to give you that overall experience, and you don't have to worry about you being in focus, out of focus, or whatnot. So this is a very good investment. So let's go ahead and bring it back around here. So we're going to close this here. Oh, you can see the fingerprint. And that's another thing that I don't like. This is not fingerprint resistant. As you can see, my fingerprints there. So if you're very like, oh, you can see me there. Hello. So anyway, so if you are a person that is very like upkept and trying to be, you know, trying to keep your camera neat from fingerprints, there's a lot of screen protectors out there that can help prevent the fingerprint spread. So let's go ahead and continue. So now let's go ahead and look at the holder. I call it the holder. I give nicknames to the things that I do here, so don't correct me, please. Let me have my time. Let me have my shine. So this here is the grip. So the grip is a really good, or AKA the holder. Anyway, so the grip here is a very good grip. As you can see, I have 3 of my fingers easily going into it. So if you are the person who wants a comfortable camera, this one definitely serves that. Very deep. I would say it's about 1 inch deep. So that's a very good, you know, depth to have in terms of your fingers. And then also here on the shutter release button, on all the other buttons, it's a very good distance between the finger to get access to these buttons. So that's another thing to keep in mind, because I know that some cameras can be a very difficult time reaching certain buttons to get to that particular setting. So that's a very good plus. Now, as you can see, all the other buttons here, again, I'm not going to go over too in depth, but you know, you got your basic record button, you know what I'm saying, you got your info button, you got, you know, different modes here. I mean, again, if you want to get all that information, the link is in the description. But overall, I love the way that this feels. And of course, the bottom here, or I would say on the back side here, on the right side, you have your wheel and your OK buttons, menu buttons, and all the others button, delete, all that good stuff. So you got your standard stuff. If you're a Nikon user, this is not foreign to you. I know different models have different placements on each buttons on where to access those, but you will get used to it if you're a Nikon person. If you're a Canon coming to Nikon, yeah, it's going to be a weird thing. It's going to be foreign to you, especially Sony as well. So it all depends on your learning curve, but it's worth the investment if you're trying to go for something that is affordable and gives you a lot of perks. Now onto the left side here, you see of course the D5200 logo there, and then of course this is equipped with a kit lens. Now you can buy this, I believe you can still buy this with the body only, but I highly suggest, especially if you're new to either photography or video, to get the 18 to 55mm kit lens bundle with everything included. So I don't have the other accessories that's in the box. This is more so just the camera itself, but the lens is not bad at all. And also another thing that I wanted to mention is that this camera also has a pop-up flash. So for instance, if you push this button here, oh, hold on, I turned it off. All right, so if you go ahead and push this button here, the flash will pop up. So this is really good for, again, those who are experimenting, trying to get their feet wet. Definitely a good thing to have to see how light, works with your images. But you will definitely want to graduate from using this to using something like this, which it will be, I will review my flashes in a different video, but definitely that's something that you want to graduate to, only because you don't want to be limited to this here, and you will see you will see why. Now, of course, you don't have to use every single thing on this camera, but just to have and know that these things are here would definitely serve a better purpose as you grow into your photography and videography skills. And another thing here, as you all can see, is a dial. So what this dial does is actually focuses to your eyesight. So if you look into a viewfinder and basically some things look blurry, don't freak out. Always adjust this first just to make sure that it's not this, because sometimes you can hit this over time and then it will become blurry in your viewfinder, and that's not a problem. I can't tell you how many times that I ran into that at a wedding. I start freaking out, but all I have to do is just check this. It's crazy. So go ahead and just mess with that, just to get it to the right setting that you like. And up here we have, of course, the hot shoe mount. This is for like on camera flash. Like for example, I get this here. So basically you'll get your on-camera flash slided in here, and pretty much these pins will pretty much connect in a way. So it's interesting, and you'll begin to learn all these things as you go, but all it is just communicating back and forth from the body of the camera to the actual flash that you put on top. So that's really cool to have. I also wanted to mention some good highlight things about the video side. So again, we're gonna go ahead and flip this over, turn it on, and you can see the basic controls. It gives you feedback on the settings you have currently with your aperture, ISO, shutter speed, and such. And then also you have to flick this here to access the video mode. I don't know if you can see this, guys, but it only gives you about 20 minutes to record, which for some is okay, for others it's a little bit too limited. But if you're a vlogger or a YouTube channel, 20 minutes is enough, because you can always stop and record. But if you're someone who's trying to film like documentaries, it will definitely wear the camera out, because the pros, cool, is 20 minutes long. That could be a pro, but the con is that this thing here will overheat. So if you use it too long, it will overheat. The battery will run out really fast. So you want to keep that in mind for video mode. Now, as for pictures, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back. If you're a photographer looking for something for weddings, this is a good camera for assisting another photographer. I will not recommend this camera if you're leading the wedding, because the shutter speed and the ISO is not really good on this camera, because you're going to be in situations in the wedding where you need the ISO to be a certain level as far as the shutter speed for quick movements and on the dance floor and getting that first kiss. So I wouldn't recommend shooting on this as a lead shooter, but definitely if you want to go out there and assist somebody, this will be something to practice on. Definitely good to go. As far as like portraits and fashion, you can get by. Honestly, this is not a bad camera to shoot on. Just go ahead and test it out. Don't feel you need the biggest and baddest and most expensive equipment. I've shot some really good stuff on here. As for my final thoughts, this camera is really good for beginner entry, and really honestly, guys, like, just go out there and shoot. If you can pick this up, go ahead and pick it up. Don't be afraid to pick it up. I actually leave a link to where you can purchase this on Amazon. This is one of the cameras that I have. This is actually my second camera that I got. The first camera I had bought was the Nikon D50, I believe, no, the Nikon D3100 Now this is the D5200 and I'm recording on the D750. So as you all know, I'm a huge Nikon head and I love everything Nikon. So I hope this review helped you all kind of get a sense of like an authentic feedback. I mean, there's tons of videos on YouTube giving you breakdowns on the, you know, each button, the functionalities and all that stuff. I just wanted to come on here and give you my honest feedback. Is this camera worth getting in 2020? My answer is definitely yes. For beginner entry, you will be amazed how the images will come out. Just go ahead and pick it up and you'll be surprised. Don't delay on it. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the review. I hope you all enjoyed this. I know it wasn't like crazy in depth, but just my feedback and my overall thoughts on if this camera is good for entry-level photography or video. The answer is yes. Go ahead and pick yourself up the Nikon D5200. So I hope this helps you all on this video. Please don't hesitate to ask me any questions. And if you'd like to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe and leave a like, comment, and share. And always remember, you're one step closer to success. All right, y'all, have a good one.